Well, I became the vacuum cleaner magnate with the arrival of the Xiaomi Dreame V11. Dreame sent it to me for a review. This is the third cordless vacuum cleaner on the channel, and today you will get to know what is good and what is bad with this new Dreame V11. Let's go! I have Dreame XR. This is my vacuum cleaner which I personally use very intensively. I like it, I'm happy with it, it's powerful and functional, but the V11 is even more powerful, and it has one important feature that the XR is so missing. Okay, let's start a review. Let's look at the box and what's in the box. Everything is packed tightly, cellophane, cardboard, nothing superfluous, 4 nozzles, and in general you can see everything by yourself. A pipe, an extension hose, a wall stand and a charger. There's also a manual with lots of languages. There's no nozzle for carpet here, which I had in the kit with the XR, but to be honest, I personally don't use the carpet nozzle very often, because in my experience I can use this multifunctional nozzle for any surfaces. Okay. Since I'm talking about the differences with the XR, what is the difference between the V11 and XR? So the V11 is more powerful, 150 watt versus 140. 3000 mAh battery has increased versus 2500. The operating time has also increased accordingly. Now we have an OLED display. On XR there were no display at all, and there is also a button fixation. That is, the button does not need to be held by hand. This is very convenient. Well, you can also see that design is a bit different. The vacuum cleaner is made in dark red gray tones. I personally really like it. As you can see, the changes are quite significant. As in previous models, in this vacuum cleaner there is still a 5-stage filtration system that is capable of filtering almost 100% of allergens. This is important. Filters can be washed under the tap. The only thing to remember is that after washing they need to be dried within 24 hours in the sun, all according to the manual. Let's take a look at the vacuum cleaner itself. I want to tell you about one small Dreame fail. I don't understand why, but this is what happened when I removed the protective shipping film. Look what happened. The Dreame encryption just came off with the film. It seems to me that it should not be so. I hope that in subsequent batches this will not happen. The vacuum cleaner seems to me to have a cool minimalist design in my opinion. Of course it looks like they borrowed some ideas in design from one of the best vacuum cleaners manufacturers, but this video is not about that. Red accents on button and pipe. In general I like the design. There are LEDs on the body that indicate the battery charge, but you can also see indication more accurately on the screen. I don't know why Dreame duplicated the same indicator. Apparently it was easier for them to do this. Further, this is how the vacuum cleaner looks disassembled. The battery cannot be removed here either, and when the vacuum cleaner is charging you cannot use it like a wired one. It's pity, but the wire is short for these purposes, so it doesn't matter. What I matter about is that I would like to remove the battery, put another one and continue vacuuming, if for example I didn't have enough battery. But it is not possible, so you have to wait until the vacuum cleaner is charged. And it charges from 0 to 100% in about 4 hours and 10 minutes. The manufacturer indicates 4 hours. But 3000 mAh I can tell you is enough for a long time. This vacuum cleaner has 3 modes: Eco, Medium and Turbo mode. Most of all I use the Medium mode because it seems to me the most optimal, when the vacuum cleaner still does not burn energy for nothing, but its suction is enough for all needs. So in this medium mode, I vacuumed the carpet, floor, sofa, changed the nozzles, and in the end I got about 28 minutes, while the manufacturer advertises 30 minutes of work. On turbo mode I got 10.5 minutes, the manufacturer claims 10 minutes. And let me remind you that in my XR the result was 25 minutes on average, medium mode, and 7 minutes on turbo. In V11 battery is really better, as you can see. In the box, as I said, there are a bunch of nozzles, 2 of them with their own separate motors for rotating the rollers. The rollers are removable so that they can be cleaned of any hair, but I want to tell you that the hair on the main nozzle, thanks to its design, practically does not roll. I tell you this from my already quite long experience of use. There were also included 2 moustache nozzles that can be connected via an extension hose. By the way, in this review about XR I said that these brushes cannot be removed from the nozzles, but I was wrong. They can be removed. It was just necessary to pull a little harder, and the nozzle remains without a brush, without this mustache. And this is good because now you can penetrate the most narrow places, for example under the closet or between the seats in the car. Let's talk about turning on the vacuum cleaner. This is the main power button. Everything here is easy. You just press it and the vacuum cleaner starts to suck. And in V11 they added a very cool feature. Now it is not necessary to hold the button because there is a continuous operation mode. It can be turned off by clicking on this button lock, which actually performs this function. But what I like about all this, that now you can vacuum in the car or any other object and you will not need to hold the button pressed. Vacuuming will be done much more conveniently thanks to this mode. There is another button under the screen. It is responsible for switching between suction power modes, but you can also switch languages with this button. You just need to hold it for a few seconds. The screen itself shows not only the battery percentage and the mode in which the vacuum cleaner works, but it should also warn you that it is time to clean the vacuum cleaner. Well, as always, I made a small test with different nozzles. This is a room that is regularly cleaned. Medium mode, the main nozzle and for the floor, no carpet. I want to know that when this nozzle is in action, due to the fact that it is spinning, it kind of pulls the vacuum cleaner forward. That is, I put it back with effort. And see how much I managed to get dirt seemed to be in a clean room. Next I took the carpet and tried to vacuum it, now with the carpet. And again, the carpet was clean. Before folding it, I vacuumed it, but look at that. It's really impressive. Where did this vacuum cleaner found so much dirt? I took another nozzle, which according to the idea is designed to suck out all sorts of evil spirits from clothes and other fabrics. For example, I vacuum my sofa with this nozzle, and here's the result. The nozzle mostly sucks out dust and dust mites from objects. All of these nozzles do their job just brilliantly. In order to take out the dirt from the container, you need to press a button and the lid flies off under the action of the spring. Everything is of course looks nicely, but I still advise you to hold this lid a bit with your hand because as you can see the dust spreads out all around the bin. And the dirt does not always fall out. Sometimes you still need to hook it with your finger. In terms of noise, everything here is similar to my XR, at minimum mode of 75 decibels, on an average of about 80, and at the maximum mode 85. As I said, this does not hit my ears. In any case, I do not suffer from such sound in any way. Turbo mode works for about 10 minutes. It sucks really well, but as I said in my previous XR review, the medium mode is enough for me. This is the most optimal and rather long mode for this vacuum cleaner for half an hour. Guys, I almost forgot about the docking station or the stand. Firstly, all the nozzles that came with the kit are attached to this stand and they will not be scattered all around the house but will be in one place. It's very convenient. And secondly, the stand is connected to the charger and the vacuum cleaner is charged directly at the stand, so it must be fixed not far from the power socket, and it is fixed to the wall according to the idea with the screws that come in the box. Let's summarize. Cons of this vacuum cleaner. One of the downside of the Model XR was the lack of continuous operation, but here there is no such downside, and the only drawback I would call a non-removable battery. Nevertheless, sometimes you need to change the battery in order to continue cleaning. Well, the pros I won't even write. This is a very high quality designer vacuum cleaner, easy to clean with an awesome docking station, and its power is enough to replace a wired vacuum cleaner. In general, you saw everything by yourself. My conclusion is simple. This is a quality product that I can recommend for purchase to my friend. Well, if you want to buy this vacuum cleaner, then I will leave a link in the description for the best prices that I found in the whole universe. Dreame make really cool vacuum cleaners. I hope that you liked the video and it was useful for you. My name is Evgeny. If you didn't know, subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet, and have a nice day, or even have a nice life. Всем добра!